Good evening, Booze. Sorry about the late start. Somebody decided to steal this thing. Maybe I should order a couple extra ones. But yeah, I had to go find her little hidey hole. And lo and behold, I found two sets of earbuds, a couple socks, a lot of little mice, not real ones. But yeah, so Tansy has a little hidey hole that I now have to go clean out after I'm done here. But good evening, guys. I'm so excited tonight. It's Thursday. It's the weekend for me, and officially the countdown it's countdown started to New Orleans a week ago. Well, it's been counting down since I booked the trip, but I'm counting down because it's getting close. It's Tuesday is when we're packing up and going. So, I'm excited. I've got some cool stuff I want to show you guys tonight. Um, as always, I'm always out there digging stuff up for you guys and for myself because I have a morbid curiosity and it never stops. I never sleep because, yes, I'm still hopped up on the steroids, which I have another week of. So maybe in another week, I'll actually sleep instead of sitting up and Googling stuff all night. I have a story about a skull that was found here at a Goodwill in Michigan on the other side of the state because we don't do that weird stuff on the west side. It's usually always the east side. So I have that tonight, and then I also have a very lovely little story that I want to share because I think we need a little lovely story because guess what? Saturday is Valentine's Day. I know. And I felt like I kind of poo-pooed on love the other night when I was yeah, I did poo-poo on love. But hey, for those of you guys who have it, I'm so happy for you. But I found a very special one that, Rubicon sent me I think it's been a couple weeks now, and I wanted to save it for Valentine's Day. It's sad, but that it has a happy ending to it too. So I want to show that tonight, kinda lift our spirits up a little bit, because I have another nasty story to bring you guys, and it's another shady, shady funeral home and this just dropped today. So what I have is very limited. However, I got as much as I could, and I have a video clip to show you for that. And also, I thought I would finish this out for the night with some really cool headstones and memorial markers that I've been saving in my Google Drive for you guys because I'm gonna save my Irish um, my little Irish burial mounds, I'm going to save those for when I get back. I got a little overwhelmed, not emotionally overwhelmed, which is really not typical for me, but it's really heavy. And I kind of thought, you know what? I'm getting ready to go on a trip. Um, I'm just gonna stick to the regular stuff, and then when I get back, I'm just gonna do a whole episode dedicated to to these burial mounds and give it the respect it deserves because I don't wanna just rush through it. So, I'm gonna wait on that one. I know I promised it tonight. I do have everything ready for it. I just wanna after thinking about it, I'm like, ugh, it just it tugged at my little black heart. It really did, and after watching I think I watched about 10, 12 different little all these little historical societies in Ireland that put out their own little videos. I watched so many of them, and they're interviewing the townspeople, and, like, I had to take a break. I'm like, "Oh my god, it's beautiful, it's sad, but still beautiful." So, I wanna approach it in the right way, and I wanna bring it to you guys in the right way because when I do it, we're gonna do it right, and I want you guys to I don't want you to be as I think you'll be uplifted because even though it's sad, it's still a good story. However, so tonight we're just gonna deal with some of this crazy stuff I found today, and, I think I'm gonna start with the shady funeral home first, but before I get to the shady funeral home, I'm gonna pop over to chat, and I'll see how you guys are all doing tonight. Uh Doop, doo, doo, and there's me. So, yep, that was my cat. Tansy stole the pop filter, which is this little thing. So I have to figure out I gotta order more of these and stash them somewhere because I was tearing this room apart. tearing it up. It was yeah. And Ernie, do you know you're in the upside down, Ernie. I can tell. Okay. But yeah, I was getting ready to sit down and I'm trying to load all my videos and everything, and then I'm like, "Uh-oh, where is this?" And then she's just sitting over here on the bed looking at me like yeah. So so hello, Ernie. Hello, Rubicon. I have also posted the Discord. I've pinned it to the top of the page in the YouTube, so anybody who wants to join us in the Discord, please do. I'm going to really try to get that rolling, like, really get all these articles and things that, I talk about. I'm gonna try to get a whole section just posted in there for them, so if you guys are interested in going and reading about more of these topics, especially some of these big ones, like, that I really find interesting, like, I'm taking you guys on trips around the world here, so, I'm fully ready to take everybody to China too here because I did start looking into the terracotta soldiers. God, that's gonna take some digging, and I wanna do that one right too because there is some cool stuff there. So, yeah, I'm gonna be posting all of this stuff in there as I go. As I find it, I'm gonna post it in there, and then when I get enough information and it's the right time, I'm gonna do like a we'll just do a whole episode, and that'll be it for that, and then we'll just do these little episodes like this in the meantime, so and hello, Darlene and Rubicon. Rubicon, I'm gonna play your story that you sent me a couple weeks ago because 'cause I'm very excited about it. It's probably gonna make me damn cry again, but, I mean, maybe not cry. It'll bring some moisture to my little eyes, but oh, no, Darlene, it's not the Magdalene houses. I can't even look at those right now. This is about the Irish, the Colleens, they call them in Ireland. They're these little burial areas that people have for, unbaptized babies. There's, like, a list of, but generally, it's, like, unbaptized babies. And how they're taking care of them and making sure that they don't, get lost. So, that is gonna be I'm just gonna do a whole episode and just that's it. We're just gonna sit down and talk about it. I'm gonna try to make it as pretty as possible because I think it deserves that. So, with that, I hope you guys like my new haircut. It's not that new. I just got it. It's all ready. It's NOLA ready, so it's all ready for New Orleans, and I am I know, Ernie's like, "Where am I?" You gotta pop over to the other stream, Ernie. You're in the so I figured it out. So the vertical stream, that one is the shorts feed. So, like, if somebody's going through the shorts and they come up on my channel, they can just pop in there and watch the whole show from there. And then my regular show's over here in the horizontal. So if that makes sense. So like all of you guys, it doesn't matter which one you pop in. The vertical one is I guess easier, which actually I watched one of my last episodes over on the vertical side. It looks really good. I looked pretty good. So I was like, "Whoa, maybe I'll just do vertical." No, I'm just kidding. I'll do both. But except for on the night that we do our trivia, our ghost trivia, because I don't want 2 chats fighting against each other, so if we're just keep it to 1 chat for that, but, we're in the wrong oh, Darlene is too. I just noticed that, yeah, because a little vertical thing will show up on this side of you guys in the chat here. So, yeah, if you guys wanna come over to the horizontal, please do. Rubicon says the water's warm over here. So, yeah. Alright, I'm here. Thank you, Rubicon. I know I'm so excited. It's all fluffy. My bangs are, like, not poking me in my eyeballs right now, but I'm still probably gonna there we go. Now it's perfect. Yeah. So my hair is ready. I did a little facial treatment earlier today. I'm kind of feeling like $1,000,000, girls. I really am. And boys. I don't want to leave the boys out either. But because now I feel bad because, yeah. I forgot to ask the guys how they thought my skirt that I'm taking with me to New Orleans looked. So I'm sorry. I don't want to leave the guys out. But, and it probably is more important that I get their opinion just as much as y'all's, all the girls. So, all right. So let me hello, Angie, welcome. I'm gonna get started because I wanna get through these because as I started listing this stuff off, I realized, "Holy crap, I've got a lot up on hand. I got a lot on deck." So, I'm going to tell you first let's do the Shady Funeral Home. Um, drop the link for Stones drop the link for DAR. You want Daughters of the American Revolution? You want me to drop that one for you? I can. You guys wanna join? If you sign up under me, I don't get anything, but yeah, if you want to, I'll check your ancestry out. Hola, Mia B. Oh, me, I had Culver's. I had my shrimp dinner early. Well, hello. We have a new person in chat. Welcome. Um, Vedantman. Hmm. I gotta think of a nickname for you, but welcome. All right, I'm gonna start with the Shady Funeral Home. Let me pop myself up and get situated here. I'm gonna pull my notes over. Hopefully this works this way because I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to find the best ways to get this stuff um put up on here so that I can read it to you without like losing everything. So here we go. I'm going to pop this guy up here.
13 decomposing bodies and
Oh, don't listen to this yet because I got a disclaimer. I don't want anybody getting sick. Um, so this is the Camelot Funeral Home, and I just realized I'm getting glitchy. So hang on just a second. I bet I have to close something here. Uh, oh yeah, I gotta close my YouTube over here. All right, there we go. That should help, maybe. And I'm gonna close my Discord because that was open. All right, let's see if that helps the stream a little bit better. All right. Let me see here. All right. All right, so this is the Camelot Funeral Home. This just came out today. Wow, my internet just took a real dive. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Um, and Mia's excited, Virginia. We're infiltrating. Yeah, those deep fried cheese curds are coming your guys' way. They are. I like Veda. Ooh, Veda's a good nick. That'll be a good nickname. Stick around, we'll give you a good nickname. We always do. Oh god, I want some. Okay, here we go. Ernestina. All right, here we go. Here's the story. So this is Camelot Funeral Home, but there's nothing magical about it. This is another one of our funeral homes that we're probably gonna wanna, like, throw stuff at people for. And this is in Mount Vernon, New York, and this this gentleman, if we wanna call him that, but I'll be nice and I'll call him that. Um, these families, they place their loved ones in this gentleman's care, and unfortunately, they thought he was a professional, and investigators have gone in now as of today, and it says that inside the so this is gonna I'm gonna say a couple things like decomposing bodies, so be warned, but I'm not gonna show anything. So I'm never gonna do that. And so investigators have gone inside this funeral home, and what they realized was there was 13 decomposing bodies, and there were 17 boxes of cremated remains that were discovered inside this funeral home. And this is Westchester County, which I'm not sure that's like outside. Yeah, that's definitely outside of New York. And this is what kind of strikes me as odd. It was immediately shut down, they said. And the funeral director's license was pulled. However, what I found was that even they said that they pulled his license, he actually has been working for months without one. And according to the health department, though the inspection revealed some pretty deplorable conditions throughout the buildings. There were bodies in multiple rooms. Some were stacked on top of each other. Uh, there were a couple in the garage portion of the business, and I'm not sure about these cremains. They talked about 17 boxes of cremated remains. I'm not sure if those are I don't know if those are, like, the actual containers to, like, give to the families or if this is just sort of like like, scoop out and I don't know. They didn't really explain, like, how the remains were. Hang on. And the one other thing that they did, they didn't find one single death certificate, which is required if you have bodies. If you have yeah, you're supposed to have death certificates, and all these people inside, there was not one death certificate for any of them. And unfortunately, the video we're gonna watch is probably gonna tear your heart out a little bit because it kinda made me a little sad 'cause I've this lady lost her mother, and her mother was one of the bodies that was still there. And her name is Estella Washington, and she was 74 years old. She passed away November 25th, so she's been there a few months. And her daughter, Aloma, which I think is a beautiful name, Aloma Washington, they had her mother's memorial service here at Camelot Funeral Home, and they didn't know anything was not up to how it was supposed to be. There was no sign that anything shady was going on, everything just seemed like it was above board. And her mother was supposed to be cremated a couple days after the memorial service, and they were supposed to be given her remains back. However, Aloma said that Mr. Naughton, who is the funeral home director and owner, said that, you know, "I know you're going through a hard time right now, so if you wanna wait to come and pick up her remains, that's perfectly acceptable. Like, you can leave her here as long as you need to." And it's a rough time. So, Aloma, the daughter's just like, "Okay, it's not a big deal." So they left. They weren't in a rush to go pick up her remains. So and now Estella, the mother, is one of these decomposing remains sitting here at this funeral home. And the gentleman's name is Michael Naughton, and he's been charged with operating a funeral home without a license. His license was revoked in 2019, and this funeral home was shut down in 2021, and then he reopened it still without a license, and then he closed it again May of last year. So May of 2025, he closed this business again. And still, as of August 2025, he was still doing more funerals, including Estella, who passed away end of November. And like I said, Aloma, the daughter of Estella, she said there was no indication that anything was wrong, and she didn't even they weren't even thinking about that, it'd been a few months to get her remains because they thought her mother's remains were going to be safe here at the funeral home. But, I mean, I guess she was there at the funeral home. But anyway, they haven't released anybody else, that may have been part of these 17 people that were still there. The Attorney General's office is obvious New York's Attorney General office is looking into this. He is going to be oh, what did it say? I don't think it gave a date yet for his, uh, like, preliminaries or all of that thing. They haven't given anything since this just was today, but let me go ahead and I'm gonna pop back over to the chat, and I'm gonna play this for you guys. I'm gonna go full screen so you can see the whole thing. Hopefully this works.
17 boxes of cremated remains allegedly found inside an unlicensed funeral home.
The state shut down the business and pulled the funeral home director's license. But even after all of that, authorities say the operator of the Camelot Funeral Home in Mount Vernon continued to hold funeral services.
Eyewitness News reporter Marcus Solis shows us how investigators uncovered this and what the funeral director now faces.
That's not fair. You don't do that to people. You don't do that to people.
More than 2 months later, the grieving process has begun anew for Aloma, Washington. Her 74-year-old mother, Estella Washington, died November 25th. Memorial services were held as planned at Camelot Funeral Home in Mount Vernon. Washington was supposed to be cremated a few days later, but the family was never given the remains.
He said, I know you're taking this hard, so if you're not ready to bring her home yet, I understand. He said, Mom will be safe here with me.
He is owner Michael Naughton, who's charged with operating the funeral home without a license. The state health department says an inspection last week revealed deplorable conditions. 13 decomposing bodies in various rooms. 2 were stacked on top of each other in the garage, and 17 boxes of cremated remains were found in the basement. What investigators did not locate, a single death certificate for any individual, including Estella Washington, whose body was among those inside.
Someone was going to go pick my mom up or whatever, like a month or so ago, right? So what if we would have went to pick her up and what was he going to tell us? Or what was he going to give us?
Naughton's license was revoked in 2019. Camelot shut down in 2021. Reopened, then was closed again last May. But the Attorney General's office says the facility conducted over 20 funerals since August. Aloma, Washington says there was never any indication something was wrong.
He never let on that there was anything going on. And now my mom died in November. He lost his license in May. So just think about like what was in the bottom of that basement or whatever, and all the way in November, you're still taking bodies and you know you shouldn't be?
Naughton is due back in court later this month. In the meantime, any impacted family that has not yet spoken with law enforcement is asked to contact the Attorney General's office. In Mount Vernon, Marcus Solis, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.
Okay, so that's all I know right now about this, and yeah, I agree with you, Ernie. I mean, this is not a place that I would go, and, uh, however, considering I mean, I don't know what type of area this is, it always seems to be these areas where people probably don't have a lot of money, and it's not great neighborhoods, so I mean, yeah, this is not where I would go. But then again, we probably have more options, maybe where some of us are. So, yeah, I mean, maybe there are some, but it's still, even if it looks not that great, they should still be doing the same. They should be ethical. They should be taking care of the remains, cremating them like they're supposed to. I don't know what he thought was going to happen. Um, and I'm not sure, like, I'm gonna be following this one, like, I've got my alerts all set up. I'm gonna be checking probably every dang day for this because I when he comes up, I want to know. I wanna see um, what comes out of this because I'm curious to see who other family members that had people here, like, what their stories were. I do mm. Unless they maybe those cremated remains in the basement or something, maybe he was giving them to people, like, maybe that's what would have happened if Estella or her daughter would have come to pick up her remains. I kinda wonder if he would have just given her one of those boxes from the basement, right, with the already cremated remains in them, like but, I do know because on Reddit, I follow, a subreddit that's for funeral directors where I think it's called Ask a Funeral Director or something like that. If you guys are interested in following it, I can post it in the Discord. But they cannot just dump cremains. So, like, if somebody has their family member or whatever, somebody gets cremated, they can't just take those remains and go get rid of them. They have there's, like, um, procedures that they have to follow, 'cause I asked a question once because there was, like, "Can't you just go distribute them?" Like, because they do have those little plots where you can go and sprinkle the ashes now and like a communal spot. Some churches have them, some cemeteries have them where you can just go put them away, but this funeral director is like, "No, no, 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 you can't do that. You have to somebody has to sign off for that person to be that to have for them to be removed from the premises." So, I'm wondering if this guy has these extra boxes of remains, like, people didn't pick them up. So, when somebody comes to pick up their loved one, he's just giving them one of those boxes. I'm what I'm suspicious. I think that's probably what it is. And so the ones that are left here, Angie, are ones that I'm sure they were supposed to be cremated. And I'm gonna keep watching, like I said, because I'm very curious to see if they're going to be digging into, like, was he giving out other people's remains to hiding them? Because that's what our dirty mortician out there in California was doing. He just take a scoop out of a big bucket of ashes, put it in a jar, and give it to people and say, "Here's your mom," when really it's probably not a whole lot of their mom, there's probably a whole lot of other people in there too, so, um, yep, Darlene, you're in the right place now. Uh, you would sometimes, Ernie, there just isn't a whole lot of choices, like, especially if you don't have a lot of money, you just yeah, so, as sorry, TF came in. Hi, TF. Came in right as I was, pulling up this nasty people. Ugh, these things, this this irritates me. It seems like there's one all the time. There's somebody new popping up that hasn't done what they're supposed to do, and yeah, so, if I would have gotten the wrong bears, Darlene, there wouldn't be anything left of this building if, like, they gave me the wrong oh my god, I tell you, I can keep it controlled for a while, but something like that, I don't even know how their whole like, this poor lady, Loma, I love that name. I might name a cat that. I like that, or a horse. I'll think about it, but just to honor her because I love that name. But, yeah, so I'm gonna keep up on this one. I'm going to if anything else comes out in the next couple days, uh, I'll keep track of it, and, yeah, we'll see where this one goes, but he's gonna be in a lot of trouble. I'm trying to think of the people out in Colorado, they had 198 bodies, and it's been 2 years now, and they're still going through stuff, so it might be a while before we see the end of this, but, mm, yeah, I agree. It's tragic, it's disrespectful, this is the one area I you should not screw people over on, because we all die. Everyone is gonna know somebody who passes away, and if you can't treat them with respect, I don't know what kinda human you are. It's just yeah, and I still have to talk about that HBO, that miniser the Mortician because, oof, but I had to stop because he makes me angry. I wanna throw stuff. Hello, Anne. Alright, so we're gonna move on from Shady Funeral Home, and I've got a crazy case out of Michigan here, which doesn't have which actually isn't as crazy as I thought it was gonna be because, so when I went to get my hair done yesterday, my stylist is like, "Hey, did you hear about the skull that somebody turned into Goodwill?" And I'm like, "The hell are you talking about?" Um, you gotta text me this stuff so I can, like, get on it, right? And so over in Chelsea, somebody, dropped off a donation at a Goodwill Center, and Chelsea's on the east side of the state, kind of over in the Detroit area, and, yeah, they dropped off, some donation, some clothing, and inside the clothing was a skull, a human skull. they're not quite sure yet um, how authentic it is, but I'm gonna tell you the story here, and then I got a video clip for you for this one too, and then I have another story very similar to this, and guess what? It's also a Goodwill. And I have photos of that skull because I got that one. This one, they did not release photos of it yet, so, but when they do and it's the one on my, thumbnail. God, I hope I don't get in trouble for that. I just thought about that, but, I mean, it looks like it's a decoration. So, here, let me pop him. I'll I'll leave while I'm talking, I'll leave him up there. He's kinda cute. So somebody was using him as, like, a Halloween decoration, apparently. This is not the skull that was just found here in Michigan. This is a different one, but it's pretty crazy. Oh, shoot, and I missed your comment before. Here, I will look at this, or I'll look at it before I move on to the next bit. My husband died in 2016. We were just teachers, and funerals were very expensive back then. Oh, I'm sorry for your loss, Ian. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I just lost my mom. Well, actually, today it's been 3 years today since we buried her, and I can't. I mean, it was nuts how much all of that cost. Headstones and all of these things. So, and if you don't have some areas don't have, you don't, we have one funeral home in our town. We have bigger towns with other funeral homes, but the majority of people around here just use the one. I mean, it's okay. It's not, I mean, but it's been there forever. So it looks a little older, not like Camelot, which I don't, and there definitely wasn't any Kennedys living there. Was not their place. So, but you just gotta. It's always seems to be these poor areas where these people are. I mean, they prey on it because people don't have an alternative. There's not a lot of choices, so they know people are still going to be coming to them to take care of their family members. There, because they just don't have a. There's not another option for them, right? What really pisses me off. Darlene, they suck in New York. They suck e They're everywhere, Darlene. These people are everywhere. Colorado, California. We had one here in Michigan, not like this bad, but and it was over on the other side of the state, so it's on the shady side. But, yeah, we had, one over in Detroit that was doing some awful stuff, and it was in a very poor income area, a low income area, and very poor people that didn't have a whole lot of other choices, right? So that's where they went. And it didn't look any better than Camelot here, which they need to change that name. That's not Camelot. Oh, all right. So Goodwill would probably take better. No. Oh, I thought this was I know it's a little creepy, but it's still this is at least better than the shady funeral home. So we're gonna go upwards. So I decided to start out with the gross stuff, the horrible stuff, and then we're just gonna move up to the nice stuff. So this I can't help but they need to take that eyeball out of there because it's really creeping me out. But let me go down here, make sure I didn't miss anybody that popped in while I was talking. And yeah, thank you, Darlene. Yeah, it's one of those days. But hey, I'm here spending it with you, so all is good. And also chasing my damn cat around with my looking for my pop filter because that was fun. Yeah. All right, I didn't miss anybody, did we? I yeah, they chart everything. I mean, I can't afford to die, so I'm gonna stay around for another like 2,000 years because my kid says I'm a dinosaur. So yeah. All right. I'm gonna go down. There's a bunch of hello, Erica. Welcome. Let me read your guys' comments here. I should have probably waited. Well, you can look at him. He's cute. He's not gross, but he is real. So should I take him down? If you guys want me to take him down, like put a thumbs down on the chat, I'll take him down. He's kind of cute, I thought, but that's me. I'm weird. But Darlene, 500 for her daughter's transport. That's about right. I remember, yeah, it's they get you. Erica, in 2020, it was over 7,000 just to get my sister cremated. Uh, that's cheaper, right? To be cremated is way cheaper than to be buried because buried is gonna like astronomical. Um, Girl Ryan, whoa, what's happening? Uh, if you want to go real quick, Girl Ryan, and catch up from the beginning, there's a shady funeral home that I just talked about called Camelot. No association with King Arthur or the Kennedys, so very shady. I don't understand how these places can operate. I don't know who's like. There's got to be somebody in charge, right? No, is that just maybe it's just me? Um, but yeah. Oh, I tell you what. Okay, here we go. Let's talk about some Goodwill stuff. I just want to catch up on your guys' comments before I flip over to my notes because then I can't see what you guys are saying. So, I gotta scroll down. All right. So I'm gonna tell you, I'm just gonna give you a little, you know what? Let me just play the video and then I will, because really the video says everything. So let me pop it up here. Just gonna start right off. Nope, you stop. All right, she's good. She can stay right there. All right. Here we go. You guys ready? This one, it's not that bad. It's actually, I'm looking at these two ladies who dropped it off, and I think I know who they are. And no, it's not me and my bestie, but I should have
Trying to
asked
track
her.
down a woman who dropped off an unusual donation at Goodwill. Can you imagine the person sorting this stuff, Jay? So police say mixed in with clothing dropped off at the thrift store last week was a human skull. Chelsea police say it appears the item may have been accidentally included. It's not clear if the woman knew it was real, but they want to talk to the woman to find out how it ended up there. The skull was turned over to the medical examiner. Anybody with information is asked to contact Chelsea police.
All right. So Chelsea, like I said, other side of the state, nowhere near me. Other side. Let's see. Older than dirt. God, Darlene. Oh, let's see. Pop these up here. Oh, I'm sorry, Darlene. Gosh. Yeah, I'm telling you. And let's see. And guess what? You can. You can buy urns off Amazon. You can buy like, you know what? You can buy coffins at Costco too. Maybe I should do a whole thing on that. I will. You know what, guys? I'm going to do something on that eventually here. And I will get somebody that actually knows something about it, like an actual funeral director, because I know somebody. So I'll do that. But don't yell at them if I can get them to come up here because it's not their fault. But so this is Chelsea Police. Or not Chelsea Police. This is one of the ladies that they're looking for. They're looking for two, as they said, ladies in their 40s. And I noticed she's got her sunglasses on. I'm starting to kind of think that maybe she kind of knew what she was getting rid of. Maybe. Don't know. But I think she kind of, yeah, like, so let me pop down here. Yeah. And who hasn't dropped off skulls by accident around? I frequently leave them at Culver's. I mean, I have to go back and pick them up all the time. They're always calling me like, yeah, come get it. Uh oh. She's on the prowl. She's probably coming over here to steal this damn filter again off of here. But hello, Eminem. And Ian's like, yeah, I'm sure you have. Oh, Mia B, I have a few skulls in mine. Oh my gosh. That is push. Hopefully this isn't somebody they know. But so right now the skull is at the University of Michigan Forensic Department. wherever their little thingy is over there in Ann Arbor, and I know there's a technical term for it. Let me look it up here real quick. Let's see the current status. So as of today, investigation is still active, and the remains, the skull, is still going undergoing forensic testing, and it's been sent to. Oh, I'm sorry. It's actually at the University of Michigan's anthropology department, and experts are working to determine its age, sex, and origin. And it's going to take about 90 days, they say, to get the results. And there are a couple. I did write here that there was a conflicting report, but um, let me look here. The the CEO of Goodwill Southeast Michigan suggested the item might be a man-made artifact. And the Chelsea Police Department and the medical examiner, however, are treating this as if is a this is a human skeleton skull, and they're not going to say otherwise until they get the forensic results back. I would think they would already know that it wasn't real, because I would think they anthropology probably could look at it really quickly and tell whether or not this was not. Um, I'm sure the CEO is probably just hoping I'm sure he's got some pretty creeped out people working for him right now, because I would have I don't know. Would I have screamed? I might have screamed. I don't know. Skulls aren't that big of a deal. Now if I found a full body, I might have screamed, but um so they're looking for 2 white females, late 40s to early 50s, and they were seen in a dark gray SUV, and the authorities are still treating this like this was an accidental inclusion into in the donation, and they just want to speak with them to clarify the skull's history. So, they're not being looked at for murder or anything yet. They wanna know where they got the skull, how they had the skull, and they think it was just a little oops. Hopefully that's all it is. And there's no charges pending, and the police keep saying that, like, over and over. Every article I looked at had it in big bold. There's no charges at this time, but they do need to establish, if these remains were legally and ethically which we've talked about these, right? The skull stuff. Oh my god, I just had a thought. Holy crap. Um, wasn't there our creepy dude that was breaking into the mausoleums in Pennsylvania? Didn't he drive to Chicago and sell a skull? Alright, I'm putting that on my list because that's creepy. Shoot, I should have put so they are asking for if you know anything. Darn it. Maybe I can post that. I do have the contact information. Mm, for the Chelsea Police Department. I don't know how to put that up on the screen now though, but oh, here, I do. Derp, put it down here. And then I'll get to your guys' comments, and then we'll talk about this other Goodwill, because apparently this has happened a few times. All right. So, I'm gonna scroll down and pop this up. So if you have any you guys know these people. Hopefully this gets out maybe somewhere. I have some friends here that watch, once in a while. Oh my gosh. All right, let me look here. Girl Ryan, happens at Stop and Shop all the time. I know, I love Stop and Shops. I love when we go because I just want to get those bags. So yeah, and then the red Solo cup, my favorite thing. All right, did I miss anything up here? I don't want to miss any of your guys' comments, but um and Ernie, with everything going on in the world, with everything going on in the world, Ernie, if the only thing turning up is just like an old skull in a donation bin, we're probably okay. It's just there's so much other shady shady stuff going on here. I need a little bit. Keep myself hydrated tonight. Let's see. And just the basics now. Oh, I think I went back too far, didn't I? Okay, hang on. I did. I went way back, too far. And let me go. Use skulls. See, I got way behind. Um, Megan wants to know who got the skull. Sweet, right? Like, who gets to take it home? That would have been like can I take it home? No, they wouldn't have let you. But I wonder if it turns out to be fake. If like it gets to go back and they get to sell it. I have questions. I have some questions here. Um, oh goodness. Oh, Darlene. Oh, see, I start itching because oh girl. Yeah, that's the one thing. Gotta have that. And Mia, you've got Culvers on the mind like 24/7. Um, uh-oh. Okay. Whoop. We're gonna move past allegedly, Darlene, allegedly. So no one bought it. Yeah, that's a bummer. So yeah, this skull right now is in the possession of University of Michigan, anthropology department. So and it probably has a chain of custody that it has to follow until they can figure it out. I don't know what happens if they decide that this was like now I'm starting to wonder though about our mortuary creeper in Pennsylvania. Like, did these ladies like like buy this skull and now they're like shit. And then they drove from Chicago to Detroit and I'm so freaking curious now. Oh my god. You could hide a skull in a bra, right? Like you put it in there like I don't know what they hid it in. It just said it was wrapped in some clothes. Um I'm an organ oh, that reminds darn it. I gotta show you guys this. I'm gonna remember this. I'm gonna star this, Erica, because I have a cool thing to show you guys about organ donors. But I can't do it tonight. Sunday. I will bring it Sunday. Um, don't let me forget though. Megan, leave these women alone. Somebody, hey, they've loved this skull for a very long time, and they decided, "Hey, I've got so much enjoyment out of it, but I haven't worn it for what's the rule? If you haven't worn it in 3 years, you gotta get rid of it." So, it's time for someone else to love it. That's inappropriate. Tombstones, that's inappropriate. I'm gonna edit that part out. Noted, I won't get into a green SUV if 2 ladies in their 40s. They're probably freaking serial killers. No, they're probably not. But I think they bought a skull and they found it was a hot skull. I don't know. I'm just making stories up now. I need to shut up. Um, all right. So there's the Chelsea Police Department. If you guys know, I don't know. She look that could be like she's got some blonde highlights. That could be like any woman living in this state between 40 and 60. So, yeah, but don't know who they are. Um, Darlene, all my remarks are allegedly. Yep. That's what our Megan and Megan has taught us. All right. So I'll leave this up here while I show you guys the other skull, which I've already shown you him. So this one we can see. And this did turn out to be real. And this is Arizona now. So not Michigan. Thank God, because oh, I guess I do have to take this off. All right. And I have it on my phone, so I'm going to read the article off my phone because I don't think I can read it off my screen very well. Oh my goodness. I was kind of hoping my voice would come back. So this was back in where's my thing here? September 6th, 2023. And this was found. I'm not sure if the cute little basket came with the skull. He's cute though. All those little look at those teeth. Got some big chompers on him. Okay, anyway. So this was a Goodwill in Goodyear, Arizona. Nope, I went too far. And so I'm gonna read from this article. Hopefully I put them up here in the right order. Oh, I can read that. Okay, good. Woof. Didn't know if I could or not. So Goodyear Police Department said a human skull found in a Goodwill donation box was historic and not believed to be related to a crime. A picture provided by the Goodyear Police Department shows the skull covered in dark black spots with upper front teeth still attached and a false eye in its left eye socket. And they should easily be able to figure out who this guy was at one time, right? Especially that eye. And so an unknown donor decided to clean out the skeletons, or at least a portion of a skeleton, from a closet, prompting a police investigation in Goodyear. I'm not sure what they mean by that. Decided to clean out the skeletons in their closet. Is that what they're really saying? I think they just said they were cleaning out the skeletons from their closet. Okay, I don't know. That was funny for me. I'm not gonna laugh anymore at that. But anyway, so Goodwill staff followed company protocol by immediately reporting the donation to Goodyear police and continue to cooperate with the police investigation, according to a spokesperson for Goodwill of Central Northern Arizona. And I looked to see what happened to the skull because it was real, but they didn't. I don't know who got it. So I don't know if it went out and buried him or something or what, but yeah, here, actually, you know what? Let me just make sure there wasn't an update on him that I missed. But somebody had said, let me look, Arizona Skull Goodwill. Here we go. Let me find that article again. News. All right, bear with me. I can hear my dog snoring out in the hallway. Da-da. Looking, this is an update for it. Yeah. Oh, it says Goodwill employees have made startling discoveries before. In July, employees in Oklahoma discovered Second World War memorabilia, including discharge papers from the U.S. Navy, service records, and ribbons. That's not that unusual. This is, though. Goodwill employees in Texas discovered an albino boa constrictor. I guess they think you can donate anything, right? And no, it doesn't say who got to keep the skull. I wonder if they got to sell it. But yeah, so apparently dropping skulls off at Goodwill is not something new. I like him. He's cute. But I hope he gets please let them put him in the ground or something. Yeah, so you guys what? I know, Ernie, I am inappropriate all the time. You should know that by now. Oh gosh, that's why I hang out with you guys because we're all inappropriate. But yeah, that eyeball though. I don't think that's his real eye. Really? TF, you've never that was when I was 5, that was the must-have toy of the year was a skull. So, it was on my list for many years in a row, and I still never got one. I'm still waiting for my skull. Never gonna get it. And Mia, Megan is the best attorney ever. She has not steered me wrong yet. Mia says she has a skull that laughs. I just drank and I'm still steroids. Motion activated. I have a full skeleton. Not real. Very much not real, guys. It came from Home Depot, so it's not real. And yeah, every time somebody walks past it, like its eyes, like it's got these little kind of like that, actually. And they start to glow, and he goes, "Ah, ha, ha, ha." It's really cute. Um, I have a lot of skeletons in my basement. Yeah, I said that. I can't wait for a Megan and Megan vote. Hello, Gene Gamble Jr. Welcome. Possibly a mom told the child to load up some clothes she told them to put in a bag, and the kid thought that could have. That sounds like something my kid would have done. Like, ugh. Um, hopefully this is just a Halloween decoration. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt that either that or maybe they're cleaning out maybe a relative passed away. They're cleaning out their uncle's house or they're crazy like, right? Like the crazy uncle, right? And they're like, "Oh, what the hell do we do with this? We can't get caught with this skull." So they just wrap it up and put it in the donation bin. I bet they're not even from Chelsea. They're probably from not like Ohio. They're definitely from Ohio. So anybody in Ohio, if you recognize these two ladies, Mia, if you see them while you're down there. Um, but yeah, I wonder if it was something s- yeah, I don't know. You see those ladies? Look, she's looking she's looking a little shady. I'm watching her. I have heard Goodyear is now a very weird town. It used to be fairly quiet town. Oh, in Arizona? Uh, so finding a skull in the donation bin probably isn't that I mean, this is close to Detroit, so that's not shocking to me either that it would be, yeah, that they'd find this stuff. Now, if this happened here near closer to me, oh my god. People would be we've got a lot of Christian Reform churches, Dutch Reform. They'd be just, it would be complete and total chaos here. Um, they'd think there was a serial killer, or people was robbing graves and all of that good stuff. So yeah, it'd be so much fun. Um, I can't help it either, Darlene. I just yeah. And Ann says, "Come on, people, find better places to take your skulls than Goodwill. Where do you take them? There's not a recycle center for them. I mean, I would just dig a hole, honestly. Like, if I was so weird Uncle Bob dies and you've gotta go clean out his house, right? And the guy hasn't gotten rid of anything in, like, 60 years, right? And you're digging through his, like, old Playboys and all this stuff, and then you find he's got a, "Oh my god, Uncle Bob had a human skull." Dude, you go out in the backyard, you dig a big old hole, and you throw that skull in there, and you bury that thing deep, 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 and pray to God Uncle Bob didn't kill somebody, and he was the serial killer. It's just what I would do. I would don't take it to Goodwill. Jeez, oh, Pete, people. Oh. Yeah, I bet, Darlene. Working in veterinary medicine gives you some dark humor too. Yeah. And then growing up with, aunts that were all nurses and stuff, it's like, yeah, you hear stuff and it's just like, "Nah, we discuss everything at the dinner table." It never shocked me, things that we would talk about, so inappropriateness, I can behave myself in public, though. Shit, is this public? Never mind, I can't. Um Let's see. Marketing department. All right, I'm gonna get down here. 'Cause weird Uncle Bob. You know what? Are you guys thinking maybe she drove from Pennsylvania? Chelsea. Let's see. Let's see where Chelsea is exactly. Let me find it. I think it might actually be closer to Jackson. than Detroit. Let me look. Because Bestie knew about this too. Oh, it's closer to Ann Arbor because it's between Jackson and Ann Arbor, which is actually not very far. Yeah, you could drive straight up out of Ohio and hit this Goodwill in Chelsea. So, what is that? Yeah, you could take 20 straight up into Chelsea out of Ohio. This is, they're from Ohio. I knew it. Trying to make it look like it's weird people in Michigan doing this stuff. I see you, Ohio. I know what you're up to. What? Look for them, Mia. Northern Ohio. That's where they all are, right? Um, and not far from that. I'm just kind of wondered if maybe somebody realized that they had something of his and like decided to just kind of off it. But that's just me. I like to go down those little rabbit holes. It's probably nothing. It's probably something weird Uncle Bob freaking had in a chest of drawers or something, right? Like under his dirty magazines. That's what it is. That's exactly what it is. Let's go with that. Um, but I gotta wonder, where's the rest of him or her? Hopefully it's a him. Oh, I don't know why. That just makes it not as uh, Ohio, Michigan. I think it's Ohio. They do all the weird stuff, and then they truck it up into us and like be like deposit it. It's not us. Ernie, I mean, really think about it. What would you do if you found an old skull? I'd turn it into the police. Uncle Bob can suck it. Well, Uncle Bob's dead, right? I don't know. I've got some shady uncles. If I found stuff in there, like if I wasn't responsible for cleaning stuff out, I'd probably be like, well, first of all, I'm going to say no. That's for their kids. Or I'm just staying clear of that. But I mean, sh- people find weird stuff when relatives pass away. Hello, come here. Look at your baby. She came for the pop filter. It's mama's pop filter. Um, she probably drove with the diaper girl, right? Remember the astronaut diaper? That lady was seriously not right. I bet she just drove straight there, deposited it, head back to Ohio. And Mia B says, I bet it was that swim mom from Northern Ohio who threatened to just turn her go turn her name in. Say you think that's her. Oh my god, you guys are making me happy tonight. Toombs, I was thinking same. Get out of my head. This is where I live. There she go. Are you gonna come back? Come back. Oh. She's gonna scream. You see those ladies? They're from Ohio. She's like, I don't like Ohio. All right. I'm gonna show you one more news story. And then we're gonna look at some pretty headstones. See, we're going upwards, guys. We're doing the creepy stuff first, and then we're gonna go up. My next story is one Rubicon sent me. Uh-oh. Oh, no. It didn't. Well, now I can't. Where did it go? Oh, now I remember. I gotta open up my YouTube again. It's sucking all my. All right. I have to share this one with you because I want to show you guys this one because I did promise a happy, something happy here. All right. Go to my playlist. Let me find it. Is this it? Oh, I think I'm gonna stop doing these oh, here we go. It's just like a oh, stop it. Stop. All right, here we go. Hang on. I'm gonna pop him up here. Uh-oh. Shit. Wait. All right. I've got him loaded. I want to show you guys this one because it's a really good story. So Rubicon, if you're listening, this one is one you sent in. But let me get to the bottom of the comments here real quick. Girl, I found a skull. I'm burying it in the back, way back horse pasture. I've got a bucket, a mod tractor, and it's. Uh-oh. Darlene, I am so glad I caught this comment before I put it. You bad girl. Bad girl. Hi, Clips. Oh, you're late. That's okay. I won't ground you, but this time. This is your first warning, though. Let's see. I'm gonna go down. Everybody's lost their head. Does she have bangs? I think she's got side bangs, Mia. That looks like some, like, in that middle photo. I'll post her. I'm posting Ohio lady's photo in the Discord so you guys can keep an eyeball out for her. It's Ohio, not Michigan. Oh, I like that. I like it. Clipster. See, everybody's getting a good nickname tonight. All right, here we go. Oh my God. Every time, Darlene. Always catch me. Let's see. Jean says, I hitchhiked to Jackson when I was 16, 1976, walked through Vandalia. You're lucky to still be alive. Isn't that like the 70s is when all the hitchhikers got picked up and stuff, especially going through Michigan. I mean, well, no, guys were probably safer back then, right? But Jackson is not that bad. It's not that bad. I think it might have been better in the 70s, though. Howdy, Ann. All right. I'm going to play this one. This is a very sweet. It's going to be a little sad at the beginning because it does involve a cemetery, but at the end, it's really sweet because yeah. So this is Rubicon's story that she sent me. And I'm going to have to share my screen here just a second. And we'll go. This is going to take us back to, how do I get Ohio woman off my stage? Get off of there, lady. There you go. And add him. All right. We'll go like this. Ah, shoot. Now you guys can all see what I got over here on the side. All right, here we go.
On the road.
A few weeks ago, police officers in Syracuse, New York, were surprised to find someone living amongst the dead.
Where do you live right now here? You don't have a home.
The story of how 55-year-old Rhea Holmes came to live in a cemetery starts with the death of her husband. She and Eddie had been married 26 glorious years and were planning to finally buy their dream house.
And this was the home that we were going to purchase.
It wasn't grand, but it would have been theirs.
So the offer got accepted.
The offer got accepted.
And that same day, your husband died.
Yes.
So, Rhea took the down payment and spent it on a cemetery plot instead, with a bench for reminiscing.
I'll lay here anytime with you.
Unfortunately, living in the past took a real toll on her present.
Left with little money and little left to live for, Rhea slipped into depression, lost her job, and got evicted. She was too proud to move into a shelter, so Rhea took up residence at the only place she felt she owned, her husband's grave.
This is what I purchased.
So you slept right here?
Right here.
And she lived there
under the stars
from last May all the way through last month.
You could have died there.
Yes, I assumed that I was going to die there.
And then along comes an angel.
Along comes an angel.
Officer Jamie Pastorello is the angel who took Rhea under his wing after hearing about her plight.
It was just the right thing to do, and I wasn't going to let Rhea sleep outside again. Complete turnaround. In 20 days, she went from sleeping on the cold, hard ground in a cemetery to her own home.
What Jamie did was start a crowdfunding campaign and then connected Rhea with a nonprofit called A Tiny Home for Good. Today, she still lives with her husband.
Hey, lovey.
Just now more figuratively.
I miss you so much.
Obviously, nothing will ever replace Eddie.
Jamie!
But we got a sense from this reunion and the multiple hugs she bestowed upon Officer Pastorello that this new friendship will keep Rhea from moving back to that cemetery anytime soon. Steve Hartman on the road in Syracuse.
I'd hug him too if he came to my house. Sorry guys. Woo, gotta put that away. Yeah, that is like the sweetest story. I've been sitting on that one for when we needed a lift. It's sad, but then, and here we are talking about how much funeral and burial and all of that stuff cost, right? And this poor lady, her husband and she wanted a home for so long. And so ironic, the day they go and get approved or get their offer accepted, they had money for this, and he dies. And then all that money that they had saved together goes to his funeral. And then there's nothing left over for her. And she's sleeping in a cemetery. And when I'm gonna wait, hang on. I'm gonna try not to. I am not gonna cry. When she said she would sleep there next to him, like on that, oh my God. Yeah. So Rubicon sent this to me. She made me, I did moisture in my eyes, and but I think it's so sweet. Like, we hear so many awful stories about police officers and things, right? Like, I like these. These are the ones. I have family members that are police officers, and they're good guys like this. And I just think it was so sweet that, I mean, sometimes that, people can be jerks. Like, they could have probably just kicked her right out of there, right? And not even tried to help her or anything, because it's not like most places probably would have said, "Hey, it's not our problem." So, um, so I hope you guys like that one. It ended nicely. She's now got a place of her own. I mean, it's a tiny house, which I would rather have a tiny house than a big house anyway. You can clean that sucker in like what, just an hour or two, you're all cleaned up. But I think it's so sweet that what is his name again? Um I'm trying to practice my Italian here a little bit, but where is his name again? I wrote it down over here on my list. Pastorello. I like that. And his name has to be Jamie. Always a Jamie. But I thought it was very sweet when yeah, I need a hug after that too. Every time I watch it, I just get a little choked up over it, just to think that she had to sleep there. And how did nobody notice until, like, right? Like, that poor woman. I just love her. Um, Darlene, he's hot, and he's got the big. He don't even have to knock. He can just come right on in the house. Yeah. Um, yeah, he's a sweetheart. Those are the nice cops that I like to hear about. So, and yep, it's just my eyes are cleaning. I just have to clean my eyes. I do get a little choked up once in a while. See, guys, I do believe in love. I just feel so terrible for her, right? Like, all their dreams are about to come true, and that's just the way it happens. But now she can go on, and now she can just go visit him and go home to someplace warm every night and not have to sleep there. Um, and right, yeah, not all of them are, not all of them. Yep. All right, I'm gonna pop back up here. Jean had a big one. I was in a car. Let me read this real quick here. Real in Dowaja? Shut up. Shut up. I have family in Dowaja. I should have seen if you could pronounce it, because that's when you know people have actually been to Dowagiac, if they could actually say that. Because everybody calls it Dowagiac, and that is not how you say it. So I don't even know where. I think that's a it's a fake Indian name. It's a fake it like, it was supposed to be like, they made it up. Yeah, it's a thing. I will have to talk about Dowagiac sometime, but oh my god. That is so crazy. Oh, Gene, are we related? I have family down in Oh my gosh. There's somebody who yeah, wow. Dowagiac is not one that, like, a lot of people, actually know about, right? Yeah, okay. Uh, and well gee, thanks for reminding me of Dowagiac too. Do you know about the monster down there? The Dowagiac monster? Oh my gosh. We'll have to talk about that sometime on one of the, like, on a ghost paranormal night. That'll be so much fun. Um, let's see. I could say Long Island, has so this thing in Michigan, we've got a couple towns, right? There were we had the Potawatomi Indians. I mean, that's our local tribe too. And th- they're I'm not sure why they did this. Like it doesn't really compute with me, but they did try to like we have a town called Allegan and they wanted it to sound Native American, but it was made up. And everybody like tries to they come along and try to say like, "Oh, it means this." And then it's like, "No, no, that's not what that means. It doesn't mean anything. It just got made up." And I think Dowagiac is one of those 2. There's a couple other towns that have, like, those names. They wanted to make them sound like a Native American name, but they really weren't. This was all this whole side of the state had a lot of lumber mills, and, like, they deforested this whole side of the state at one well, the whole state probably at one point, but that's principally where all these little towns how they all popped up around here. Like, we have a lot of little ghost town, and which this summer, I'm gonna take you to some of them because they have really interesting stories, and when I say ghost towns, there's, like, maybe a couple houses or something like that left, so, yeah, probably take you on a little tour of those and give you a little history of this whole area over here, but, we used to have a lot of lumber mills and things, but they seem to like to make up stuff back in the day, like, "Hey, this sounds Native American, so let's do this." I don't know why, they were weird, but they also made up first names as we discovered the other day too, so, um, it says and Megan says, "I missed everyone crying, thank God." You gotta watch it though, Meg. It'll make your heart there's a hot cop. Watch it. There's a hot cop. She'll watch it now, alright? Yeah, but those are probably actually Native American names, right, Darlene? They're probably actual real names. Probably real names. But, uh oh, you shut up. Uh-oh. I have family in Niles too. Jean's related to me. Alright, welcome, cousin Jean. Oh my goodness, yeah, that whole area down there. Oh, I love Niles though. It's such a pretty town. But I like Dowagiac is cleaned up too. It used to be kinda a little I don't know. It went like a lot of the little towns that you used to drive through around here. They were really I mean, they just kinda went downhill, but, um, a lot of them have, like, the little breweries and things in them now, so they're cleaned up, they look nicer. Dowagiac has, like, some amazing restaurants right now. Yeah, I would drive right now if what time is it? Well, no, they'll be closed by the time I get there. But there's a little brewery pub place in Dowagiac. Oh my god, the food is amazing, and they have the best cider. Mm, see, now I'm hungry. Thanks, Jean. Now you got me thinking about the food in Dowagiac. I'm gonna have to go there tomorrow. Maybe I'll drive down tomorrow. Even though it's like I think it's probably gonna take me an hour and a half to get down there. Oh, yeah, alright. Hiawatha. That's a real word. That's a Native American term, right? Yeah, that's real. I'll get a list of them for you guys if you're really interested in the ones here from Michigan 'cause they fake. We are so fake in this state. I'm gonna remove this one off the stage. Alright. what was my last thing? So my last thing for tonight, I was gonna show you guys some pretty headstones. I do have a couple. There is a puppy story in here, but it's heart touching, so you'll probably get moisture in your eyes again. Just to warn you, but it's very sweet, and it's been a long time ago, so he would have. Okay, I'll just go. So I'm making you guys all official taphophiles. So you all now have taphophilia because I'm dragging you into this with me. Well, I've already been here, and I'm just gonna drag you down, pull you down into the grave with me. But a taphophilia is passion and enjoyment for cemeteries. Often, practices involve graveyard photography and or art, epitaphs, interest in famous deaths, or gravestone rubbing, which I do not recommend. Do not do that. Please do not rub headstones. Do not do that. Take a picture. It lasts longer. Do not rub a headstone. I will come for you. Do not. Did I say taphophobia? That's not right. I didn't say that right. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so no, I said taphophiles. Why can't I say that word right? Um, all right. Wait, I just got here. What did I just catch? Lapo what? Hi, Morg. Ooh. Um, taphophilia. Don't ask me to say that too many times because it will come out horribly wrong. Horribly wrong. It probably won't it'll come out sounding really bad. Alright, here we go. So you guys are all officially taphophiles, which is a okay thing to be because I'm gonna show you some beautiful cemetery art and headstones again because this is my one of my favorite. I get so many of these, and I gotta clean them out of my Google Drive before, like, I have to pay for it, and I don't wanna pay for Google. They don't need my dollar a month, so I'm clean them out, and then I put them up here, and then I get rid of them so you guys can see them. And hopefully I won't show the same one twice. Jean says, "My next brother was born in Petoskey." Ah, the Petoskey stone. Where is mine? I bet the cat stole that too. I love Petoskey. It is one of the most beautiful towns. Yeah. A tapo? You can be a tafo. Tafo. All right, here we go. I have to go. I have to go to a cemetery because of the infection. Yes, you do. You have to go. I'm making you all go with me, but just virtually. So you're good. Yeah. And then I go through cemeteries. I love cemeteries. All right. Oh, Cassopolis. Ugh. All right, Jean. I know. Yep. This is the nice side of the state, isn't it? Right? Give a thumbs up, Jean, if you agree. This is the nice side of the state. It's the most beautiful side of the state. All right, I'm gonna show you some of these. Hopefully, I tried to do this time so that I could read them without having to put my notes up here. I'm gonna make myself small because you guys have all seen my hair, so we're all good for the night. Um, so I the children's graves are beautiful. I know I don't want to, like, pull at your guys' hearts, but they are pretty, and it's been a long time ago. But some of these I have backstories for them. The ones I couldn't find backstories for, I gave you the most pertinent information that I could find. All right, Jean, good. I see this thumbs up. So I'm gonna start with this one. This is, I believe this one is sandstone monument because she is wearing away quite a bit, but this is the memorial, or the headstone for Catherine G. Glosson, and she was born 13 September 1932, and she died 13 November 1933, and her burial is at Woodlawn Cemetery, and this is in Wadsworth, Medina County, Ohio. And I only have this is off of Find a Grave. It's so pretty. Yeah, pictures a little girl sitting, I'm not sure, I think she's sitting, like, on a little like a tuft, like a little stool. And but she's just like I wish they would have found a better material to make these out of, because the sandstone is crumbling on a lot of these older ones. So that is Miss Catherine, and we can just tell her to rest in peace. And she's between her parents. And this one, I think we've all probably seen this at one time or another. And this popped up. I see this one a lot, and I love this book. I love the movie too. It was very good. But I would see this for years and never know that this was actually in a cemetery. So this is the sculpture, and the sculpture is known as the Bird Girl, and it was created by Sylvia Shaw Judson in 1936. The photo, however, is called Midnight, and that was taken by Jack Lee, which famously appeared on the cover of the 1994 book Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil. It also shows up on the movie too. Originally, this was located in Bonaventure Cemetery in Savannah, Georgia, which we're taking our family field trip to Savannah. But now it's been relocated to the Telfair Museum of Art because people get a little too handsy with stuff, especially something kind of iconic like this. You know, they've seen it in a movie, they've seen it on a book, so it's kind of famous. So she gets looked at too much in a big cemetery like this, so they've moved her to kind of protect her, and also it's going to keep her out of the elements too, so that she doesn't deteriorate anymore. But so she's holding the little in either hand the bowls, so it's a bird bath on either side. And I think it's really pretty. She's always been one of my favorite sculptures that I've seen from a cemetery. The little head cocked to the side and holding the bowls. She's one of my favorites. Let me look over here. I'm gonna try to keep up with gotta pop. Oop, Jean agrees. The, the west side is the best side. Morg says, when we go to cemeteries, we're supposed to take pictures and put them in your Discord, right? Yes. If you go, yes, please do. If you guys want me to, let me know if you want me to share them. I will. If you guys, that was something I want to um eventually do, like as we grow and get a little bit bigger. If people want to go and contribute their own videos and be grave correspondents, like if you guys want to go out your local cemeteries and send in videos and stuff, I think that would be really cool. Uh, I can't get to them all. I wish I could. So if you guys go to certain ones, if you go to ones where there's like famous people or whatever, even not famous people, it doesn't matter. Yeah, you can post them in the Discord. If you want me to share them, I will. Yeah, that's one thing that I want to get started. Hopefully, maybe this summer, like once the weather warms up and gets going. Yeah, I definitely. So yes, more. Please do. If you do that, please share them. I love them. I want to see all the cemeteries in the whole world. And I think she's adorable too. Darlene, I've always loved her. She's always been the bird girl. Just love her. And so this is Savannah. This is where we're going. And they've yeah, she's just so pretty. The little head tilt is what gets me all the time because I do that. I can't help doing that. Like in my phone, I always tilt my head because my grandma does it. I saw I have photos of my grandma from when she was a kid, and she's got her head tilted too, so it must just be something in our I don't know, maybe our necks are wired funny or something, just in photos. We always do the little head tilt. So maybe she's related to me, but actually my grandma had that haircut too. But I'm gonna look for that photo. Yeah, they touchy. Just don't touch them. Don't do grave rubbings. Don't do any of that stuff. Just take a photo, enjoy it. Take the photo home, enjoy it at home, and post it in our Discord. Oh, Maury, I want to go to Charlotte. That's on my. I told you that earlier in the Discord. That is on my list of places. I think that was one of the places we're going to stop, right, guys? When we were talking about our big road trip. St. Augustine to Savannah and up to Charlotte. Darlene says, I have pictures from a guy who is buried where my daughter is. He was killed while serving in Middle East. Post, please post you guys post all your photos. There's one channel in the Discord and it just says graves. I'll probably make that like that can be just all cemetery photos or videos, whatever you guys want to put in there. And then when we get a bunch of them, I'll throw them. I'll do something like this, maybe like just do a little slideshow for all of us. Um, and yes, a lot of family history comes from graveyards. Yep, Find a Grave is the name of the website. So you can go there. I can tell you what, it is so helpful to be able to go to Find a Grave and find your family's headstones and it's there's just something very fulfilling about it. Like if you've been looking for certain ancestors for so long and there's no paper records left because maybe they didn't even have paper records when they passed away. Death certificates really didn't start in a lot of places, especially like the South. I think Missouri didn't really even start till like 1912, but all those people were buried and their markers, their headstones, that's the proof that, right, that they lived, that they were here, that they existed. So, and those are the things if you take a photo at a cemetery, I should probably just do an episode on Find a Grave at maybe once I get back from my trip and post it on there. Or go see, I'll show you how to do it. It's real simple. It's not too terribly hard. You'd never know who is looking for that person. So, and I've found cousins that I didn't know, right? Like all of a sudden you'll be looking and whoop, there they are. They just pop up one day because there's so many of us that do this. I'm a contributor. I've been doing it for like 15, at least since it started, since Find a Grave started. I just go to cemeteries and I'll walk through and I just start just taking photos going down a row of headstones and I'll look and see if somebody's missing, like when I go to a cemetery. So it's an amazing website. If you are into genealogy, you like exploring cemeteries, it's a good thing to do to be a contributor because a lot of people can't get out and get around. Most people don't start genealogy until they're much older. And by that point, sometimes it's a little hard to get out and like tromp through some of these cemeteries. Yeah, so it is a good idea if like me, I always post the photos that I find. I even added one that I found on here that she didn't people had posted one of the photos, I can't or maybe it was a different one, maybe I didn't include that in the slideshow, but, I found her Find a Grave, but it didn't have any photos, but there were a bunch of Pinterest photos for it. I'm like, "How you guys got post them over there too?" So maybe I'll do an episode on that. We'll talk about that. Um Oh, cool. I bet you leave because that's a tradition, right? Like when other soldiers come and visit, a fallen soldier's ha gravesite, right? They leave and I think it means something, like, I'm not sure. If you know, Darlene, pop it into chat because those are the things I always like. I always notice, like, when I go and see it, especially the more current military markers, um, they'll be like 3 pennies, and then I've seen, like, a nickel, and I always wondered if that, like, represented something, but, Michael Murphy, I've heard of it. I think we talked about him once, didn't we? Well, not, like, on the channel, but I think so. Yeah, the seal. I think I know who you're talking about too. Um, yeah, there's so much. Oh my goodness. Well, Jean, you need to make sure you tune in because right after I get back from New Orleans, like, so what it'll be another week from now, I'm gonna do the, episode on the, um, baby burial mounds in Ireland. So we're gonna go back to Ireland again, and that's just gonna be that's the only thing I'm gonna do for that episode, but it's really interesting. Whew, I got really deep into that one. So, but it's just so, and you don't have to twist my arm. I've been to Ireland 3 times. You don't have to twist my arm to like make me watch anything from there. That is so cool. You should check into Sons of the American Revolution, Gene, unless you already have. I'm in the Daughters of the American Revolution, so yeah, I have who is it? Uh, how many ever time great grandpa that was at Fort. Oh my gosh, why am I blanking? He was a captain under Washington. Um, Valley Forge. He was at Valley Forge with Washington, and he got cycled out because he was already like 60 some years old, and that was a rough go for a lot of those guys at Valley Forge, and he got cycled out by some younger guys coming in. So good for him because dang, that was rough. That was a rough one for our guys. And Darlene says a coin, and each coin represent whatever branch they served with them. Okay. So like a penny means one thing, and then like I'll have to look that up. That'd be I could do that episode too. All right. I'm gonna pop up the next one here, and then I'll go look here. This is the story that I don't cry, guys. I cried. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. I did. I cried. I cried over this one because it's a dog. Shoot, I gotta take off. Let me take that thing off, that logo off up there. I always forget. There we go. All right, there we go. I wonder if I take off. Where's the other one that I can take off here too? I wonder if that'll pop up. There we go. Now I can read it. And I'm gonna make it full screen here just for a second. Okay. So this has to be one of my most favorite graves that I've seen this pop up. Like I see the dog pop up anyway. I've seen the dog pop up so many times, like on Pinterest, other places. People post these right, like cemetery porn on Reddit, Facebook, all the Facebook groups with cemetery that follow cemeteries. I see the dog always comes up. Her name's Renty, by the way, which oh, I love that name. And I've never I didn't realize it was like it's a full on grave. It's there's so I'll tell you the story. So this is the grave of Jeanette Ford Ryder. Ford is her maiden name, and she was born in the United States. She and her husband came to Havana in 1899, and he was a doctor. And when she was very uh, dedicated. She was sh very dedicated to the care and protection of children and animals. She founded what they called, and I sure hope I'm gonna say this right, Bando de Pita de Cuba, and this was a society for the protection of children and animals. Now she passed away, uh, on 11 April 1931, from spinal meningitis. And Renty, her dog, who is shown at her feet, followed the funeral procession to the cemetery. And once there, she refused to leave. She refused to eat, drink, and eventually she passed. And Renty is buried beside her in the same grave here. And she is only one of 2 dogs that are buried in this cemetery. And this is in Havana, Cuba. And now, in homage to Renty, actually, Renty was a girl. I don't know why I put him up there. Renty was a female. Uh, the sculpture was made, and the inscription reads, "Faithful even after death." And then it has the dog's name is Renty. And I just got a little choked up. And this is Cristobal Colon Cemetery, Havana, Cuba. And if you wanna look up more information on it, I've got several photos here to show you guys of it. It's actually a little bit cleaner than this. I think they've cleaned it up since. But it's also known as the loyalty grave and the tomb of the little dog. And, oh, it get when I realized the whole story of it, like, it's beautiful that the little dog followed and just refused to leave. And here's another photo of and Renty and Jeanette, and I'll show you. I found a photo of Jeanette and it looks like her. So I'm gonna guess that that looks like Renty, which I think is so sweet. It's so beautiful. So Renty and Jeanette are marble. I'm not sure what the base is though. It looks a little rough, maybe cement. And the next photo, so here it or maybe not. Maybe it's now that looks really nice. So obviously, this is a very popular grave at the cemetery. She meant a lot to the community because of her protection. She was so involved in protecting animals and children, which I think I would have loved her if I would have known her. So I've given hats off to her. She's amazing. And no wonder her little dog loved her so much. And this is one of the most popular graves at the cemetery. Oh, didn't realize there was somebody left a little carnation there by Renty. Oh. Um, and that's Jeanette. And if you kind of look at the face, so here, I'll put Jeanette there again. And if you kind of, I should have got a close, but if you kind of look at the side profile here, like with the sunlight hitting the top of the stone, you, I can see that it definitely looks like her. And so I'm hoping that looks like Renty too. And just like to say rest in peace to Jeanette. She had a huge heart. She had a dog that absolutely loved her. Yeah. And they're together. And I'm gonna get choked up. Damn it. I don't like this stuff. All right. I'm gonna pop up some of your guys' comments here. Now that I don't have to read, I didn't mean to make myself big. So if you guys see my eyes are all red, I'm sorry. I don't want you guys knowing that I have a heart. So I'm kidding. I just tease. Let's see. Morg says, you're right. I just looked up a coin meaning a dime means, oh, shit, this is cool. All right. So a dime means served with you as an example. Wow. That This is new. I didn't know this stuff. You guys are awesome. See, look, we're learning together. You guys are teaching me something. I love it. Jean, if you ever need help, let me know. You can post a message under comment underneath one of the this show, this episode. I'm sorry, I lose my streamnesia. I lose my words and sentences unless it's focused on what I'm talking about, like, I lose it. But, yeah, if you need help, I can point you into the right direction in the right directions for at least with the Sons anyway. Daughters of the American Revolution, I do that all day long, but I don't know, they're a little different over at the Sons, but, um, let's see, and as well as literal DAR. We're sisters. Each coin family member and a friend. So each coin represents like a family member or friend. Okay, yeah. I We'll have to talk about it. I'll You know what? I'm gonna star that. Wait, where's your comment there? All right, I'm gonna star that so I'll remember it after this because otherwise I'm gonna forget. Well, I won't forget forever, but I'll forget to write it down after the stream. And her doggy stayed with her, and she wasn't gonna leave her person. Oh god, I'm gonna freaking cry. It's an emotional day today, guys. Oh, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. Renty rules. Meningitis does not roll. Yeah, do not get meningitis. Oh, it's poor. And I mean, just imagine I'm sure she at least got something established. And, she got something established. She did wonderful work while her husband's a doctor. He should have saved her. And then her and Renty could have lived longer together, but it's still sweet. Still a beautiful story. And I'm still playing with my bangs even though they're cut. Oh, is your daughter April 11th? Isn't that weird? Like when dates match up, like ugh. That's beautiful and sad. But yeah, it's sad. But yeah, rest in peace to Jeanette. It looks like cement, but I'm wondering if that is like um, maybe that's some type of marble, like that has the little like flecks in it or something. It looks like it's rough, but I'm wondering if it's smooth. It didn't say on Find a Grave what it was made out of. I know the sculpture said it was what did I think it was marble. Wait, no, granite. The base, I think, is granite. That's what I meant to say. Marble is Jeanette and Renty. Oh, Erica's got it. Look at that, Erica. A penny is a simple visit. It often means I was here, you're remembered. It can also signal that you knew the person or were connected in some way if you didn't serve together. Oh, guys, I thought I was gonna end on a happy note tonight, but now we're all gonna have, like, tears in our eyes, so, looks like it has rocks in it, like, I'm wondering if that's yeah, like granite, how it, like, has, like, the swirls and the flecks and stuff. I'm not good with rocks and stuff, but, just Petoskey stones, I can spot those suckers, like, 100 miles away, like, if they're, um I practiced how to pronounce this family name. I do try, guys. I do really, really try. And I think my Italian is improving. So, this is the Calcagno family monument, and this is Monumental Cemetery of I'm gonna get it. Just I'm gonna pause a second because I say all those words too close together, then I can't say stuff. Stegliano in Genoa, Italy, and this was sculpted by Adolfo Apolloni, and it was completed in 1904. And the sculpture is said to symbolize protection and the transition of the soul to heaven. And it features a sleeping baby with a little stuffed animal behind it and a little angel holding it over. It didn't say if this is a child's grave. It is a family monument, so it just could be that it's uh just symbolism, like protection, but just including that little teddy bear in there. I just think this one's beautiful. I'm not big on cherubs, like, they're not my most favorite cemetery art decoration, like, they kinda creep me out a little bit. Little naked babies with wings are, yeah, I don't know, but so this is the nope, I'm not gonna say it twice. I'm done. That's it. I'm not gonna say it twice. But anyway, this is very beautiful. Um, Now this one, you know what? Why did I go I don't wanna do that either. Alright. This one is Bianca, and this is some more Italian for me. At least it's, American Italian, so I think I can say it a little differently and not totally offend anybody. Darlene, oh my god, I would have something like that for my isn't it beautiful? I wish I had something like that for yeah, I think that's been sitting on my phone in my folder for, like, a couple months now, and I wanted to the last time we did one of these, I was gonna show you guys, but then I was I think we had too many babies already, like, children in there, and I was like, "No, we're gonna leave that one out for right now," but, it's a beautiful monument. Um, Now that is an excellent example going all out. They sure don't make them like they used to. They don't, um, I have some really cool ones that I can show you guys from, the so go down to Dublin, Ohio, which is right outside Columbus, and they have the Dublin City Cemetery, and they have this one section that has some really freaking amazing new like, these are newer headstones, like, within probably the last 20 no, more like probably 10 to 15 years. I took photos of them, and I'll have to put those in a slideshow so you guys can see, but wow, you wanna talk about people getting back to, like, not like sculptures like this, but still pretty damn impressive, like, I'm sure cost some change, like, this one guy that's a dentist or was a dentist, his is the whole, the caduceus. I know that's the one for, like, medical professional, but I think that's what it is for dentists too, but that's what his headstone is shaped like. It is so freaking cool. So I'll have to put those all together for you guys too. Erica says, "My sister had a Petoskey stone that had a couple tiny fossils in it." So Petoskey stone is the fossil. So all those little round little specks, like little round guys in there, that's all prehistoric coral that used to surround this whole area up here. So the Great Lakes all had, coral in it at one time, and it's really, really, really old, so it's not even really a rock. It's a fossil. So when you find it, they call it a Petoskey stone, that's our state stone, but it's really a fossil, but there are so many other ones that you can find out there too. There's Charlevoix stone, which is another one that has fossilized, plant life in it, prehistoric, and it's so cool. That doesn't really fall into the channel, but I'll show you guys sometime. There is a cemetery right over by the lake. I guess I could somehow put that in there. But maybe I'll find a really cool Petoskey stone, and maybe we'll do some kinda giveaway or something, for it. I find them all the time. All the time. Um, like I said, I can spot some guy just found one, it was 97 pounds, and they went and took it. Department of Natural Resources, because he lugged this 97-pound Petoskey stone out of Lake Michigan, and you're only allowed, like a very small, very small amount. You can take some home, they don't mind you taking, like, small Petoskey stones, right? And some people go up and down the beaches and collect and sell them. And people make jewelry and all sorts of things out of them, right? That cost a lot of money. And this guy found a 97-pound one and hauled this sucker up out of the lake, got it into his vehicle, and all the way home, put it on his front lawn, and then, like, the DNR, which is our Department of Natural Resources, showed up with the police, and then they took his Petoskey stone away from him because 'cause you're only allowed 97 is too many. It's too much, they said, and I'm like, "You know what? The guy needs some kinda damn points for carrying that thing out of the water like that." I can barely get myself up the bluffs out of the lake and up the bluffs, so I don't know how he did that with his, but yeah. Um, yeah, you guys are finding, like, isn't that weird? I don't know. You play these numbers in the lotto. Darlene, Erica, you guys need to play these. Jean says, "My dad's side, gravesite, Horan was, great-great-grandfather, bought 5 grave sites, one's still open. I'm going to be in that one right next to him. He was 13 when he served, escape." Whoa! Oh, so, Civil War then. Oh, wow. That's crazy. That is so cool. Camp in the Escape from the what it was the one in Mississippi, I can't remember what the name of that one was. Gosh, we got all kinds of stuff to talk about tonight, don't we? My favorite, grandpa is October 21st, and so is my sister-in-law. Darlene, go play the lotto. Go buy some lotto tickets. Your son was born in the car? Uh-oh. So he came fast. Is like, he's like, "I'm not waiting. I'm coming now, mom." But, oh gosh, well, he didn't. and you got there in time. Wow. Oof. All right. All right. Oh no, Darlene. Andersonville, or was that a different was Andersonville in Mississippi? I don't know. Does somebody where's Jen? Jen's our Civil War. She knows all of this stuff. All right, let me get to Bianca. 'Cause she's very beautiful. I love her. I also think this is supposed to be in her wedding dress. So I did find a little information on her, and I am gonna try. I think it's deconcilius or deconcilus, maybe concilius. I'm not 100% sure. I asked Google to help me pronounce it. They said it a couple different ways. Neither one was right, I think. She was just 20 years old when she passed away, and her parents are buried on either side of her. And this is at Calvary Cemetery in Pittsburgh, and that's Allegheny County, Pennsylvania. I'm gonna show you guys a couple. This is absolutely beautiful. I don't know who took this photo. This is on Find a Grave. Whoever did it deserves some sort of award, but it's gorgeous. I think it's like superimposed or something. They did something to it, but it's really pretty. And this is the actual headstone and her death certificate. So unfortunately, she was 20 years old and she had acute myocardial failure. And she had what they called at the time indulgent fever. And I'm not sure. I think that's correct me if I'm wrong, Darlene. I don't know if you know what it is, but I think that is when like unknown, right? Like they don't know what's causing the fever. Well here, let me just look it up real quick. Just so we don't um I don't have to go back and make a editor um fever meeting. Let's see. Oh my god, no way. Are you crazy? She had brucellosis, you guys. So undulant fever is caused from brucellosis. So it's a zoonotic infectious disease caused by Brucella bacteria transmitted from animals to human. So it probably came from bad milk. Oh, that is in 19 that is and then she had heart failure. Oh, why didn't I'm shocked that I did not look that up, but yeah, so don't get brucellosis, y'all. They also call it so it's undulant fever or multifever is another term for it. Don't get it, you'll not survive. But yep, Clips knows what I'm talking about. She was engaged to be married. Uh, and Mr. and Mrs. Felix DeConcilius of Beachview announced the engagement of their daughter Bianca uh, to DiNardo. Bernard DiNardo. Oh, why? Son of Mr. and Mrs. D.H. DiNardo of Swissvale. The engagement was announced Christmas night at a reception at the home of the prospective bride. And that was 29 that was from December 29th, 1941. So, I think the photo of her, uh, I think her image here, I believe that's probably a wedding dress that she's shown in, because that does look like she's holding, like, a wreath of flowers, right? Like a bridal bouquet, which that made it even more sad. So she was preparing to be married and yeah, poor thing. And then here's a photo of this is a high school photo, like a yearbook photo. Look at that smile on her, and I just love it. I love their hair back then. I love their hairstyles, everything about it. Everything about the 30s and 40s, all of their hair is so cool. But rest in peace to Bianca. And let me pop up back up here. I'll pop up and see you guys as we go here. Andersonville was Georgia. Okay. Um, Erica. Oh no. Struggling out of what? Oh my gosh. Funny now, but scary then. Oh, I'm sure. Oh my goodness. Oh, slippery. I can't even I can't. Um, I've I've helped birth puppies and kittens, and they're a slippery little mess. Like when you do C-sections, like you have to hold the puppies and the kitten, like you have to give them a little flick. It sounds weird. Give them a little flick. You got to hold them in you got a special way to hold them. You're not throwing them, but you got to give them a little flick, and it gets the fluid out of their lungs so that they don't die. And they're slimy little things. Yeah, when you say slippery, that's the first thing I think of is, like, trying not to throw like, when the first time you've ever helped in a C-section and the doctor hands you a kitten and you're trying to, like, gently you're like, "Slippery." You realize how slippery things coming out of babies coming out of wombs are. It's yeah, crazy. Um, Clips. I don't think Bianca did, but, you know. I had to post it too. I'm sorry. Gene says he was a drummer, came back with 2 Springfield rifles and his drum and sticks and flag. Oh my gosh, the flag. That would be so cool. I love that. We're gonna do Gettysburg. So if you like Civil War stuff, we're gonna cover Gettysburg here in a little while too. I'm not sure when, but some sometime soon. I am going to send that to I will send that to OB because you know what? I should have known what undulant fever was because I had to learn about brucellosis in school, but it's just been a long time. So, yeah, brucellosis does cause miscarriages. You don't eat too many. Yeah. Yeah, it does look like a wedding gown from like the 30s, like the late 30s going into the 40s, that long God, she would have been absolutely beautiful too. Oh. Oh, gosh, you guys. Darlene, my heart goes out to you, honey. We'll have to talk sometime. All right. And Erica says I've helped birth puppies, kittens, horses, and a goat besides my son. Well, hey, the kid, that's your biggest achievement. But yeah, th- I've I've had to pull out some stuff from animals, and I tell you what, it is never fun. Uh, Especially pulling a horse out. I've had to pull a calf out. Yeah. Here, let me go to our next, um this one is I really like this. This is actually not in a cemetery or a headstone or anything, but it's really beautiful. It does symbolize death and the end of life, and I just threw it in there because I really love it, and it's called "Till Death Do Us Part," and it's by artist Gustav Vigeland, and I think I got that right. And he lived from 1869 to 1943, and it symbolizes the end of life and the parting of lovers. And wow, it's yeah. I have no every time I see this one, like it always kind of takes my breath away a little bit. But this artwork is actually part of there's this fountain, and it's see, now that I have to say it again, I can't. I think it's Vigeland Park in Oslo, Norway, and pretty sure the park is dedicated to our artist. And it's a big fountain. It's got all these little panels set into it. And this is my favorite one, and I love it. Um, I'm gonna go down. I got one more. I should probably take off. Oop, oop, hide that one. Here's another one. I know, guys. These are the most beautiful ones, though. So I'm sorry. Now that we got a lot of stuff going on. Oh my gosh. So this is the headstone of Louisa Kohler, and this is in Mountain View Cemetery in Oakland, California. I've been to this cemetery. I didn't live. I lived. Uh. What? I lived just over outside of San Francisco for a while. So I've been here. I believe this is the same cemetery the Black Dahlia is buried in. I think that's Mountain View. I would look it up. But I'm already looking up so much already. I should have looked that up last night. But little Louisa passed away November 8th, 1854, and she was just 5 years old and 8 months. And it depicts a young girl. I don't know if this is an actual likeness of Louisa, but it pictures a young girl and her small dog, and they're laying down together. And I like to imagine that they're just taking a nap, and it's so sweet. It looks like she's got a little cocker spaniel, and it's just so beautiful. I mean, I tell you, when they did something back in the day, when they sculpted, they really did it. And I think this one looks pretty good considering that it's been sitting there for like out in the elements for this long. The tassels on the pillow, the little dog with his head there. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna make I'm gonna make myself cry. Here's some other images of it. And her little ringlets, her those little corkscrew ringlets are so adorable. So it does just look like they're kind of taking a nap together, which is that's what I'm gonna keep in my head so I don't cry again. But it is not very large. It's not a large monument. It actually sits up on top of this huge base, but it looks big so I included this one so that you guys could see that it's not as it looks like it's like laid out on the ground, and yeah, isn't it, Darlene? It's real. This is art. I just call it cemetery art because that's what it is. But and this is her parents, Andrew and Cordelia. Cordelia. Oh my god, I love that name. That's like always reminds me of Anne of Green Gables, though. There you go. My hair. Oh my gosh. I could never get my hair would my mom tried to do that to my hair when I was a kid, and it would never stay there. Like, within about 5 minutes, it would be yeah, it was already but she's so beautiful, so I'm not sure, I couldn't find anything that said whether or not this was actually, a depiction of her. I'm pretty sure I think it's just a beautiful piece of sculpture, which it is, and especially that little dog there. Oh my goodness. Reminds me of when my little Jack Russell would take naps with me. That's how she'd sleep up, like, in the crook of my arm. And this is my last one. So after this, we will be finished. But this sucker is so cool, and I don't think I've done a headstone from Spain yet, but it is still in Spanish, so I don't wanna mess it up because this su this is cool. This is a cool story. Okay, so this is the grave of a Spanish bullfighter, and his name is Jose Gomez Ortega, or Joselito was his bullfighter name, and he is buried here at San Fernando Cemetery in Seville, Spain. And I hope I'm gonna say this gentleman's name right. Mariano Ben Lalier, maybe Leeler. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't think that's Spanish, really, last name. Maybe it is. Oh, well, it says it is. A celebrated Spanish sculptor completed this in the 1920s. I couldn't find exactly when it was completed, but it shows. So this is his tomb here, and as you can tell, people still bring right. They still have. There's flowers that they show on here, and this is looking at the monument face on, and you can see there's several people depicted in it. And oh wait, there we go. Okay, this is Joselito which is what I'm gonna call him now because I just love saying that. Because now that I can say it, I'm gonna just keep saying it. And he was born, May 8th, 1895 in Galvez, Provincia de Sevilla in Andalusia, Spain. And he died on May 16th, 1920. He was just 25 years old, and he died during a match. Oops, here, I gotta pop this down. Now, when you're looking straight at the monument, when we were looking straight on, this is the sculpture right to the front. So it depicts a woman, and she's holding the Virgin Mary. And on her, is that my I don't know. On the left-hand side there, you see another woman that's resting her head down and holding onto her shoulder, and then I think that's a little boy down to the right side of her. But Jose Gomez Ortega was a professional Spanish matador. He was a progeny, and in 1912, he became the youngest man to ever receive the title of matador. He was widely known It was widely known that he had this running rivalry with another famous bullfighter. I almost said, oh gosh, I just mess these up every time. Juan Belamonte, and they had this little fight between them going on between 1914 and 1920, which ended unfortunately with Joselito's death. And both of these 2 gentlemen, though, Belmonte and Joselito, they are credited with revolutionizing bullfighting, which I don't really agree with, but still, it's a big deal in Spain. And they also, are responsible for setting the standards by which all other bullfighters are judged. And on the day that Joselito died, he and Belamonte were actually in the bull ring. Were at the same event, and Joselito unfortunately did not survive. He was gored by a bull. Don't play with bulls. But this is supposed to be Joselito. So what it's depicting is he is in his coffin or casket. Actually, that would wait. Nope, that's a coffin. He's being carried in his coffin. Can't tell. It looks like his eyes are kind of open. I didn't notice that before, but I believe he is in white marble, and the rest of it is in bronze. But if this doesn't get you guys, this is just beautiful. It's a little creepy because of the people aspect. Like some of these that look like real people, um, make me stop. We don't have cemetery art like this in around me. I don't have any cemeteries with cool headstones like this, so that's why, like, God, I wish we did because I wanna take um, I would probably be hanging out where this I would have photographs of from every angle probably of this one, but it is very beautiful. Then you see everybody's carrying his casket aloft. Everybody, a little boy down here on the left-hand side. I mean, this is so pretty. Here's more. Try to get as many angles as I could find. If you want to see more, you can just, I'll you know what? I'll post this slideshow in the Discord too so that you guys can, um, check it. You can look at it too later, but some of these are off Pinterest, some of these are off of the Find a Grave, but they're all just amazing. I mean, look at the skirts on the lady. I'm sorry, guys. I just love this one. This is so pretty. Um, but just the Spanish dress and it's just gorgeous. And yeah, I love it. There's another view of it. And I don't know if he was married. Mm, I don't know if he was married. He was just 25. But there he is, pretty handsome. So rest in peace, Joselito. I pray to God I am saying that right. I think I am. I think I nailed this one, guys. I messed up on the town name, but I nailed his name. I'm so proud of myself too. I know when I actually can say something right, I'm very happy with myself. Let's see. I'm gonna go up here. I see Erica. Let me pop up. Boop, boop, boop. Let go. And yeah, this is real art. Uh, and craftsmanship. I love it. I hope you guys like these as much as I do because I love art anyway. Like I was an art major for a while till I realized I wasn't ever it wasn't ever going to pay bills. So and then I found my second love in life, which was animal medicine. So that's where I mean, and not that that pays a whole lot of bills either sometimes, but hey, it's better than being a starving artist. But and then when I can combine two of my favorite things, my love of art, because I love sculptures especially, I can combine that with cemetery. I'm telling you, I get so excited. And if you like anybody wants to take me on a first date, like take me to a cemetery and show me some cool like sculptures. I'll be that's it. That's all it would. I know going to a cemetery on a first date. I know it probably sounds weird, but I mean, you go to a museum, they're practically museums. Darlene, that's who I look Darlene, that is who I looked like when my mom curls my hair, and it was not funny. I freaking hate no. When you're the redheaded stepchild, that's yeah, it sucks. I tell you what, at this point, I want to keep what little I have. Used to have tons of hair, now very little. Hey, I can send you guys some if you want some. I'm gonna grow it out more, and I can send clippings if anybody wants some of this. But oh gosh, it felt lighter yesterday, but then I went to blow dry it today, and I'm like, I don't know, it doesn't feel much lighter. But it is. That's a hard one. I don't know what I would do because this is like I don't know. My identity is in my hair. I think because if I didn't have it, I don't know. I don't even know what I would look like without. Um, Probably look like an ugly boy. That's probably what I would look like. An ugly nerdy boy because I'd have my glasses. Join the club. Um, I look like an if I don't put mascara on, I look like an alien because I have very pale eyelashes. Like just the tips are black, but you can't see like they don't frame. So when I see ladies with big, thick, like lovely black eyelashes, I'm just mm. Like my son has beautiful eyelashes, but he's not a ginger. So yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Um, let's see. I agree with you. Tombs breaks my heart. I know. Oh gosh. Oh, could be. Hey, yeah. Jean says, I'm going to have a microphone put on my tombstone. They use CNC for word and stuff. I wrote a song about a tombstone. You did? Ah, I want. You'll have to. You should get into the Discord, Jean, if you know how to do Discord. Everybody, people are learning. I didn't know how to do it. I had to. Well, I mean, I did have a kid. I do have a kid, so he taught me how to do it. But yeah, it's that's pretty cool. I need a theme song. I gotta think of one. Could be hormones. Hey, and your hair goes through growth like stages too, right? I think. Isn't Joselito handsome though? Yeah, he's handsome. With that little cock to his hat. Oh, I did not say that word. Um, beautiful, touchy, and wow. All right. Well, let me go down. Here, let me put it back on. Even though Joselito's cute, I'm gonna put it back on. Um, where's the one that this is the one that always gets me every time I see it. Like, I remember the first time this popped up, like, on a cemetery art thing, and, like, it stopped me, and there's a bunch of these on my list that I'm gonna take you guys to. I don't want to show them yet because I can't actually get to them. So these are just ones that I'm not gonna get to Seville. Pro Probably not. Maybe. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah. I'm gonna get there someday. Because I do love this. And the more I see of, well, Italy's always been kind of a plan too to go because it's Italy. You gotta go. Maybe Mia, we should go. We could plan a trip together. I would. Oh my god. I'd just be in the cemeteries all day long. I mean, if Italians, I mean, it's not fair. They have so much creativity, cooking, art. It blows my mind because their cemeteries they're just open air museums. That's all they are. And I think that's what I would probably spend most of my time. I'd be eating and walking through the cemeteries. That's probably just about, and good thing I would be walking through cemeteries because that's a lot of carbs. I need, and wine and a lot of oh god, wine. Yep. Yep. Do you think I think I nailed him. I think I nailed this guy this time. Joselito, hey. Oh my goodness. So I hope you guys like this one. I love I love bringing you guys like these cool sculptures and the cemetery art. Even, who was our I still keep go like, what's her face is still probably gonna be my favorite for a very long time, though. Big Guns, Big Guns Destiny, that's her new name. She's probably my favorite because damn, I wanna know what woman back in the '20s had freaking guns like that, or if it was actually a dude that posed for the sculpture. But, yeah, she's still I mean, this is one of my favorites. I'm gonna say that. She's oh, I don't know. If somebody asked me which one, I don't know. I still love this. I think I still love this one more, but she's pretty freaking cool. I'm gonna get buff like her, like I said, so I can drag people around by their hair. But yeah, you and if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, go check out that episode where I talk about her dragging people around by their hair, and that I want to do that too. So, all right. I went longer than I thought I was. I thought I only had enough for like an hour, but you guys know how I get going. But Sunday night, I'm trying to get Bestie. We're going to try to talk about Charleville Castle in Ireland because we went there together. We did a tour of that castle. That's the one with Harriet, the little ghost girl that fell from the stairs that died there. And it's supposed to be her ghost and a little boy ghost that haunt the place. And we're gonna try to, and if she can do it, I'm gonna stream a little early that night. I'm probably gonna go at 8 o'clock instead of 9, just because she's gotta work the next morning. Um, so we'll probably talk about the castle first, and then I'll do the ghost stuff right afterwards. So if she wants to bail and go sleep, she can do that. So that is what I'm planning for Sunday. If that doesn't happen, then we'll do the castle when we get back from New Orleans. But that will be Sunday's going to be my last this stream until I get back. I'll be doing some little lives from New Orleans, but it'll probably be more like I'll probably be doing this like what is it? The short lives. What I don't know what they call it, but whatever it is, I'll probably be doing those instead. I don't even know if I'm gonna take my whole laptop with me, but I might. We'll just see how much room I've got. So, Guess That Ghost, Sunday night, hopefully Charville Castle. If not, we'll just do Guess That Ghost, and I'll find something else, to discuss if we can't do that. But I think you guys are really gonna love Charville Castle, though, and the oak tree. It is stunning, stunning, stunning. I can't say enough about it. And to just be in that place is so cool. They've like Ghost Hunters International has been there. Like there's been a lot of I don't know if any of you guys ever watched the British the what is it? The British show about the Most Haunted, I think it was called. Like this is ages ago, like in the 90s. And I remember watching that and seeing this castle and being like, I'm gonna go to Ireland because that is so cool. And then I found out it wasn't even that old, but it's still freaking cool because it's just beautiful. So I've got a lot of photos. She's got photos. I've got photos. I've got a website that we can look at more photos because it looks different now because they're fixing it up. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get it together for Sunday night. If not, guess that ghost. Yeah, that's what I've got planned. At least that's what I hope is gonna happen, and then, yeah, well, then I'll be doing the lives from New Orleans. I'm gonna try to do one from St. Louis, number 1, from that cemetery. I'm gonna try to do one from, oh my gosh, I've already just blanked on the name, and then I'm gonna take you to Anne Rice's house as well, or her old house, and her mausoleum as well. 'Cause she's buried in New Orleans. So I've got quite a few of them. I may be going live every day almost, not for, like, this long, but for a little bit. And, yeah, that's it, guys. That's what I got for you. Thank you for coming in, guys. Good night, Anne and Erica. Jean, thank you for coming in. It was great having you in here. And I know Morg was in here, everybody else, Darlene, I'm probably gonna miss, Mia, I know Ernie was here, Rubicon, Erica. Did I already say Erica? I'm sorry, guys. I love you all. I appreciate y'all for being here. Thank you, and I know I've got stuff to do, but, love ya, appreciate ya. See you Sunday night. All right, here, let me do a little cleanse for you guys first real quick, 'cause we all need this once in a while. All right, good night, guys.